Gems and a Mic with hosts Tanisha the Diva Mahomes and Linda L.D. Dorsey. Just know, if we talking about it, you need to hear about it. Unwind and enjoy. Hey, Tanisha, what's going on? It has been a few minutes, I should say.
Well, let me give everybody a little bit of recap. I got two individuals in my home, and we've been a little under the weather. Y'all might have noticed my face might have slimmed down just a smidget. I might have lost a little bit of weight to illness, but we are back, and we are going to be giving you guys show after show after show, so y'all don't have to worry about it anymore. I'm back. I'm healthy. I've survived. We made it through, and we are back. So let's get them. Let's get it,
Yeah, we're
Linda.
gonna get them, everybody. Welcome back to Two Gems and a Mic. A lot has been happening. We ain't gonna be able to catch y'all up on everything, but what we gonna jump off with, I think we're gonna jump off with. Let's jump off with the NFL. We're gonna build.
Oh,
We're gonna build.
why not?
So we're gonna go NFL. We're gonna go WNBA, and then of course we're gonna talk about the NBA playoffs, which have just been crazy. So
Absolutely.
we got a little bit of news in the NFL. Let's talk about D Hop. That's the latest, the hottest thing we got going on right now.
Okay, so this is what I heard. I heard that basically it's the Bills and the Chiefs really that's after D Hop. I mean, and both of them have equally the same opportunity to get it because they got to move some money around. Neither one of them can afford them, thanks to OBJ. OBJ went over to Baltimore, got that 15 guaranteed, and then it's upwards of 18 mil.
Yeah.
So if I'm D Hop, I'm like this dude didn't even play.
Yeah, true.
He didn't play. How he worth potentially 18 million? I got a $19 million deal that people don't want to mess with, but you willing to give him 15? I got to get me something out the deal. So I understand what D Hop is doing. I think it makes sense. I mean, it's about money. I mean, these guys are not going to play forever. And I don't know if the Chiefs are really in it because they got to move some money around. It's not making dollars and cents over there for them. I don't know about the Bills because like I said, I'm not a Bills fan like that, but I would think that they're kind of in the same position from what I mean. They just went and got old boy from Denver. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know why I slipped my mind.
I heard that the Jets were in there. The Jets are in everything now, aren't they?
No. I don't believe
You don't think so?
No, they
got
old
man Rodgers, he hurt anyhow.
They stacked.
Left around. Yeah, they
They
there's
stacked
a couple of
over
teams
there.
that are stacked. If they got the right quarterback, the right coordinators, and everything, that they'll do it. I don't think D Hop's gonna. I think he's really feeling it out because he went out there on the market on his own, representing himself. And today it was announced that he signed with Clutch. Clutch has been making some good moves for some players. So
that's key, baby.
Yeah, and he's
Clutch
got a name, and now you got a good agency. So he's looking for the right deal and looking for, I don't know who his agent
he had three criteria. He said he wanted a competent front office, right? Was one of them, and he wanted a good defense. And then what was the other one? It was a good defense and something else, but it all made sense to me. It all made sense to me.
You need a quarterback, right?
You need a
you didn't throw that in there?
Yeah, I think it kind of hit a little. He kind of hit Kyler a little low, but still, I mean, I don't think that they were on the same page. And
no, and you got a new coach in there. I don't take anything against the coach, Kyler Murray. You don't know when he's coming back. Nope. Right, so you played with a lot of uncertainty last year. You played with hella uncertainty in Houston. This guy probably he wants to finish his career with.
He already says a team. Oh, that was it. A team that could potentially, some championships. So I mean,
he knows there's not a chance in hell for Arizona to win a championship.
No, and it's not, and he can't go to a place like the Bengals because they already got the wiggle because they got to pay Burrow. Probably the Chargers are out, which I actually think the Chargers has a really good roster. When they're healthy. They're out because they got to play Herbert. And then you got the Chiefs and they got to pay Lil Pat. They got to figure that out. You know what I mean? They got to wiggle some stuff around in the future for that. After all those two go, and then you got Josh Allen over there, and he didn't got his check. So it's gonna be rough on him.
It's going to be a matter of who wants to win.
And we just
And with
saw.
the best spot that he can go to and who wants to win, because I think at some point, okay,
Hmm.
I look at it, me and you, we look at things differently, right? I look
Yeah.
at it like Lamar Jackson got his money. I'm happy he got paid.
Yes, he.
Jalen
Yes, I
Hurts,
am.
I'm happy he got paid. At
Yes,
some
I
point,
am.
folks are going to have to adjust if they want to win. So
Well,
you can
yeah.
go ahead and make the history. I'm the highest paid. I'm the highest paid. I'm the highest paid. Now you can go out being the highest paid, or you're going to win because you got to have players around you, and you got
So
to
the only
players
thing that
around.
we had, only thing we really kind of don't align with is that I always look at everybody says, well, Brady always made concessions, but he got his first deal in. He got that money because he was like a 6th round pick, so he went and got his money the first time. So I'm not really technically mad at these guys for getting that money. Now maybe after that, this
I ain't.
first little ring or
Oh no,
whatever,
don't get me
they
wrong.
maybe pay
I
they
ain't. I
in
ain't mad at him, but don't
no,
whine
no,
when
no.
you ain't got the top
I
defense or the
I think
top
I think
receivers
what's
or the
different
line and stuff
is
like
that
that.
they are in position to actually win a championship. These are guys that are on teams that are, quality teams. I mean, Jalen was just in the Super Bowl. Uh the Ravens missed it because their backup, went Air Jordan. You know what I mean? Like, so what are we talking about? These are some quality teams. So yes, some concessions have to be made if you want to win that. I mean, you got to get your players around you. I don't necessarily think that that's what the Chiefs did. You and I have had that discussion. I mean, to me, they rolled the dice and it worked out. You know what I mean? But the average team is gonna have to make some concessions. I'm really curious about what Burrows is gonna do because he's got some monsters on his team. He's got T. Higgins, he's got Chase. So you're right.
Yeah,
Concessions have
we'll
to be
see.
made.
Like
I'm
I
gonna bow
said,
down to that
concessions.
because something's
Yeah,
got to give when you got these type teams
if
here
you
that's all balling.
right, if you want to win, everybody can't be making 100 million dollars a
Absolutely.
year.
Yeah.
So it's just
Right.
it's just the bottom line, right? You're gonna pay the other guys that's doing some dirty work for you nothing,
Exactly.
and then it's not gonna work out. So eventually, like it's gonna say, I heard somebody say there are some players you just can't pay them what they're worth. All right, I'll take that in the spirit in which it was said, worth as far as football
Actu- That
or
was
sports
actually
goes.
Clark.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
he made sense, and I
Clark
agree
Knight.
with that. Like I said, and I take it in the spirit of what it was, But then when you start talking about what's worth, I don't want people to bring in, people always come at me with our owners. This I ain't talking about the owners, I'm talking about the players, right? So
Hmm.
everybody working, I work, you work, or whatever. Is somebody worth $80 million a year? Is somebody worth $70 million a year? Nah, it's all relative. So
Yeah, we're gonna have
we
to
could
have a
debate that all
show
day.
because I'm really like in awe of like what Keyshawn Johnson has been kind of preaching about how w- we as fans don't really truly understand the cap. Like they will go in there and they will raise that cap next year. They will figure out those numbers. And when I listen to Keyshawn, I'm hearing he's like, yeah, Pat is going to do this, but he's going to leave a little money on the table. But guess what? The next year, the owners are going to come in and they're going to raise that salary cap to make sure they
Mhm.
get whatever. So, depending upon what you leave out there, they are sucking up. So, I mean, we'll talk about that another day. But yeah, let's talk about. He's not the only one right now that's looking for a home. I'm still shocked that Zeke Elliott.
I thought he went back to Dallas.
No,
Oh, that
ma'am.
was a rumor.
That was a whole rumor.
Oh wow, I thought he had
Absolutely.
gone back to
Yeah,
Dallas.
he is still without a team. And I think what's really going on with Zeke right now is the fact that these teams are going. Let me assess what I have with my running back. Let me see what I got. I'm taking some chances. I done front loaded some positions. I'm taking some chances, but I think that after let's say maybe the second preseason game, Zeke will find a home. I do
Oh
not
yeah,
believe that
somebody,
Zeke
yeah,
Elliott
somebody
is
gonna get
not
him.
going to play on somebody's team here before the season starts. I'm predicting before the season starts. So you can
Okay.
you can hold me to that. Zeke is too I mean, he not that, I'm saying? He still will grind. I mean, we saw what he was doing, and I really don't understand because I love the Cowboys. That's still a good 1-2 punch. Go back to him, talk to him. See if we can get that worked out. What's
Yeah,
going on with your Giants guy,
you know,
Saquon?
to me they should have paid him. They still have the opportunity to pay him. I think Saquon is that team more so than Daniel Jones. I always thought that Daniel Jones got a good agent, and whatever the GM is looking for, they think they have it in him. I'm still not convinced. We made it to the playoffs last year, but
But do you think they're
we'll
now
see.
second guessing that now that Saquon is like, even though we
They
know what happened
they
to the
have to
last
second guess it because you know that if you take him off that squad, Daniel Jones is nothing. You have to have a
dude? Who
damn
you?
good running back
I'm just glad you
in
said it.
order for Daniel Jones to be somewhat successful.
I'm just glad you said
So,
it. It's the
and if
same
you
way I
notice
feel
when they
about.
played in times when Saquon was not healthy, Daniel Jones, because everybody knew I'm gonna go right to Daniel Jones. I don't have to worry about him handing the ball off. So no, he's not gonna be successful without a damn good, not just a damn good running back,
Well, you
because
know
he's
how I
still
feel
not that
about
dude.
Jared Goff, and I think Jared Goff is a much better quarterback than Daniel Jones.
Of
And
course.
I was upset that they was moving his running backs around like musical chairs because I felt like with that he was able to do some things. So we'll see how Daniel Jones works out if they don't pay Saquon. But the bottom line is Saquon can't sit out. He's on that with y'all. He's on the yeah, y'all franchise tag.
He's on the
He's on the
franchise
tag.
tag, and I don't know what the date was. I'm yeah, not prepared. I guess they have a date where they could come back and offer him a contract, but that's
I think
depending
it's
on what kind
something
of
like
money is.
what they offered him is something close to like 12 or 13 mil.
That was
But
original, but I'm talking about they have an opportunity, and I don't think the deadline has passed yet to offer him a contract that'll lock him in for 3 to 5 years. But I don't know if they have the money,
I mean
so
the
I don't know
bottom
if they're
line
moving
is he
stuff
gonna have to
around.
play because we
Yeah,
already talked about that raggedy CBA.
yeah, or
Yeah,
they're
he
looking
gonna have
at
to play.
hoping the cap goes up enough where they can do stuff with him. But yeah, right now, I mean, you locked in with Daniel Jones for 4 years, and I just didn't think that was a good move. But they screwed
Nah.
themselves when they didn't do his 5th year option. That's what they should
I
have
feel
did.
like Daniel Jones
They
should
should
have
have
got
got him
more
for
of like a
pennies.
Ryan Tannehill deal. That's how I
Well,
felt.
he wasn't going to sign it, and they when they had the option, when the Giants had the option to go and get him the 5th year, when his 5th year option, I would have did the 5th year option. Then you wasn't paying him nothing. If you wanted to get rid of him, you could get rid of him, but you had him for another year.
But my whole thing is that it wasn't some people out there y'all could have went and got. Like to me, y'all act like y'all went into panic mode.
Well,
Like y'all just had to get.
I don't sit in that
Yeah,
front office,
yeah.
so
All right.
a
Well,
lot of
who
things will
else
be
we got
changing.
going on here? We
All right, let's talk.
Cook, Dalvin Cook.
Yeah,
Dalvin Cook. I mean, I'm
so
thinking the fact that he hasn't been traded, unless they holding out to the last minute to drop him off on that deadline. I just feel like you don't let Dalvin Cook go with what you got. Like I don't
it's
understand that. So I feel
it's a
like
lot of it's a lot of teams that I mean they're
tripping.
gonna look different, and I'm surprised at some of the people that they let go. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I
Me
look at
too.
the Jets and I call them the New York Packers or the Green Bay Jets.
Yeah,
Because
cause what? Let me just say it. Because
I saw
Aaron
Randall Cobb and
Rodgers,
Aaron Rodgers because they can't practice. Both of them old as hell, riding bikes today during practice. His calf messed up, and Cobb,
man,
he gonna be right by his side. They riding the bikes. They riding the
but you know they're
stationary
gonna
bikes.
ride out
Everybody
in
there
that
playing.
sunset together, and ain't
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
hell,
And
if you can
everybody, the
do it, why
expected
not?
they the way they built that team, it was like, and I look
There's
at
a
their coach
checklist.
yeah,
There's a
who I like.
checklist.
I like their coach, but the GM and everybody and I don't know. I haven't heard from a lot of Jets fans, right? But they
Hmm.
building that team like, oh, let's get this. Let's yep. Oh, now. Okay, that's division. That's conference win. Oh, yep, get that. Now that's Super Bowl. Like it's automatic. Like you got the Bills, Miami, right?
Hmm.
And New England sitting in there. They building that team like it's automatic. Like we
Dude,
bring Aaron Rodgers.
listen,
I'm like Aaron Rodgers.
I'm
When
still
Aaron
con-
Rodgers was stacked and sitting with Devontae Adams in Green Bay, he couldn't get it done.
dude, listen, I'm still confused by Green Bay. Dude, you got the guy. He gonna come out talking about he not playing.
Well, he ain't
Okay,
want.
well
He
I'm
came
gonna
out of the
want
darkness. The darkness sent him to New York.
it's a nice, pretty spot on this pine. I'm still gonna go with Love. Okay, and we gonna write that because we already got him. Like he done sat behind. He did the same thing you did behind Favre. He done sat behind an elite quarterback. I'm gonna give him his shot, and you're gonna sit right here and marinate, and then somebody quarterback gonna fall out,
Well,
and then they gonna get desperate, and then they
he's
gonna be like, "Well, Aaron Rodgers is over there."
he's more like, you know, Favre than people realize. You know, Favre
Oh,
wound up in playing
I
for the
know,
Jets.
I know,
So,
I know, I know,
I don't
I
want to
know, but
sound
I
like
ain't
the
one to
president.
gossip.
Shame on me. Whatever. Shame
I
on
don't
you.
understand. I
Shame
just
on.
never understood why Green Bay felt like they had the upper hand. And to me, I just felt
Well,
like they played that entirely. Maybe he was
I
such a
don't know. Maybe
cancer.
he did
Maybe
have,
he was just a cancer to them. They were just like, it's time for him to go.
or
We want
maybe
this
he
guy
didn't.
to
I
have
mean,
the
you heard
confidence.
about him flying out. Oh, they're flying to California to see him. Oh, he hasn't called us back. He has. I don't know. Maybe he had him by the colonies. Who knows? So, not
But
sure
what?
what went on there, but I know I'm
Okay,
over it. I was a big
I've
for
been
many
over it.
years. I was a big Aaron Rodgers
Now,
fan. I've been
now
over
what we
that for
gonna
quite a
talk?
few
Let's
years.
talk about these quarterbacks though. I'm looking at some of these quarterback battles, and I'm like, it's some ridiculousness going on. I mean, you talk. The first one that pops out to me is the 49ers. We got Sam Darnold, we
Hmm.
got Purdy, and we got
Hmm.
Lance.
Hmm.
Who you going with?
Trey Lance.
I'm
He
going
never
with
got a
Trey,
chance. He
and
never got a chance.
this gonna really mess people up. I'm going with Trey, followed by Sam.
Hmm.
And I think Purdy gonna end up right where he was when he started the last
Hmm.
season, the third string quarterback. Cause everybody like, ooh, Purdy did this. Purdy arm is messed up. Let's
And
let's keep it all the way real.
he played great. He got him to where, he could. He got hurt.
But but
So
but
I'm
how
not
many
gonna
times have
not.
we seen young quarterbacks come in their first year and they don't have a read on 'em. They don't know what they can do and they go out there and ball out. He came in
Right.
at a
And that's what
perfect
he did.
time. So no, I
Yep.
really think that Purdy ends up the third string quarterback, no matter how much they try to push him. I mean, Sam Darnold
Oh,
to
I
me,
agree.
I feel like it was always kind of got kind of a raw deal. So we'll
Oh
see.
yeah,
We'll see. But
he's
I
been
got
bounced
Lance
around.
Darnold.
He's been
I got
bounced around
Lance
so
Darnold and
much.
Purdy.
Okay.
I got
Okay.
Lance Darnold and Purdy. What
I
you
mean,
got
it's
over
good
there?
quarterbacks. A lot of teams. I agree with you with that assessment there. I think there
Hmm.
are a lot of teams who are feasting right now with quarterbacks because they have good backups.
They sure
So
do. Yes,
I'm
yes,
I'm
ma'am.
excited. I'm excited about where the teams are, who's going to be on a different team, what it's going to look like, and stuff like that. So
What you
um,
what you think
yeah,
about the Titans? To me, the Titans is really strange to me. We got
uh,
Tannehill, you had Malik, and then
I
Willis,
think
and then
Malik's
they
going
go
to be
get
a third.
Levis.
I think Malik's going to wind up being a third string eventually, and they don't. I mean, he was a second round pick.
Hmm.
So was the other guy. So they don't
So
have to
was
pick up
so was
anything. Right.
Levis.
So let's see who pans out. Let them fight it out. Let's see who pans out. We ain't got to pay nothing. Neither one of them.
So I kind of feel like Malik Willis having some exposure to the league last year. And I do feel like that, and you and I talked about this. I feel like they really didn't give him an opportunity to throw the ball or whatever, and you thought that he was straight trash, pretty much in a
No,
nutshell.
no, no, no. I agree. He looked like Tanisha. I told you he looked like trash. They put him in
Well,
situations where he
looked
just
like trash,
looked like trash. I don't
but
think
I
he's
felt like
trash.
they could have put him in different situations. I
Yeah,
feel like
they
they
never
set
played
him
him.
up. I feel like they set him up almost,
Yeah,
and we'll see. But the fact that they went right back and got a second round quarterback, but I have no issue with that because if a quarterback is good every round and you got opportunity to pick one, you should pick one
I
because
agree.
you never know. And they always a good trading. They good on the trading market. So
Oh yeah,
I
no, I
think
agree
that
100%. I don't think that he's. Yeah, let's be clear on that. I don't think Willis is trash. I think he got treated and looked like trash.
fair
When I
enough.
saw him play, I was like, if I
Ugh.
didn't know what he was capable of, I'd be like, good God, I didn't even make a squad. So that
You say,
yeah,
"Good God, did you?"
yeah, good googly
Lord,
moogly, good God, whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, so
But
and I think he
I
was
I see
frustrated
something
with
in
it.
them.
Yeah, he was frustrated with it. I mean, I remember watching the Chiefs game, and it was
Yeah,
like the poor man was
it's
running
like
backward. It was
it's
almost like
like
nobody was blocking for him. Nobody
yeah,
was
he
running
was
down the
bad.
field. I was like, what were they calling? They didn't want him to throw the ball. What do you expect? He was going to
Hmm.
do something magic. So that's coaching, that's this, a lot of things went on
Mm-hmm.
with that team too. So they got a new GM, they got some other stuff going on. We'll see what happens.
So
But
I'm the crazy thing that I'm hearing, which I didn't see coming because I kind of feel like Baker fell into a amazing spot, but I'm hearing that Baker may be in for a run with it with Trash. The I don't know, he was like third string quarterback or something. I don't believe that. I think Baker wins that Baker win. You know how I feel about Baker when he get around them folks. He'll win you over quick. And I think Baker is going to be the starter out of there. I think Houston, you got Stroud and then Mills. So a lot of people that feel like Davis Mills is a legit quarterback. I don't know. I think they're
he
going
may
with
be,
Stroud.
but I'm gonna cut you off, Tanisha, because we ain't gonna do the NFL preview. We got some other stuff to talk about.
Hell, let's go. Let's get it.
All right,
What
let's
you
talk
got,
about the WNBA. Right. So a couple of weeks ago,
man?
WNBA kicked off, and I did go see
Hmm.
the Liberty and the Mystics play, and I was excited. Had great
Lucky
seats,
you.
and yeah, the
Lucky
Mystics
you.
the Mystics won that game. I was a little underwhelmed, if there's such a word, right? Underwhelmed
What?
with the play of the Liberty. And I think I
Okay.
was sitting there with my friend Sylvie, and Sylvie was like, "Oh, somebody by like I forgot how many points."
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so I think that was one of their issues. Is you know chemistry. You got Stewie
Mm-hmm.
out there. You
Mm-hmm.
got John Quell Jones. You got two former
Yep.
MVPs out there. So you
You
got to get
sure
that
do.
chemistry. Yeah, and some stuff is going to start happening. I know we were talking about. Let's go back. Let's start with
Mm-hmm.
the draft drama, and the stuff that went on, and
Ooh,
explain
ooh,
kind of what went
Lord,
on.
get them.
And I think it was an emotional for
Mhm,
Alexis Morgan. I think it was an emotional
mhm,
response to what
mhm.
happened. And I understand that emotion can sometimes get the best of you.
Yes, they can.
And she made some comments about some veterans needing, because the team that she
To retire, really,
right,
to
so she
roll
could get a
over.
spot. Right.
Yeah,
But who you could have
it was
got the
Sydney.
spot, and maybe you weren't,
Yeah, it was Sydney Colson said the same thing. Some veterans went through the same thing you went through, but guess what? You got to hang in there. You got to battle. You got to get better. Use it to get better. To get back on that team. She said
we
she got cut several times.
exactly. We and played for a championship last year. We've watched players, so this tells me things to Young, right, from Morgan. She came back and made a big apology
Yeah,
just
of
two
course she
days
did.
ago. And I think she gets it. She got to go out and do what they got
She
to do.
gonna have to go
Girls,
overseas
they go
probably.
overseas, they hit the gym, they do whatever they have to do if
Mhm,
that's your dream. If that's your dream, you can get there. There are some girls that weren't even drafted that are in the NBA balling out.
mhm.
So
Yeah,
just because you were
WNBA.
drafted
Yeah.
ain't no guarantee.
Yep.
So that's kind of where, and I think some of that, that high from the LSU, them being where they were and winning that, it,
I I
people started pumping people up. Oh
I
yeah,
think
you
I
take it
think
to the
the
next
I think
level.
that people forget it's only what 12 teams. I, th- I it the WNBA is one of the hardest um team rosters to make. It's only 12 teams.
It's
And I
144. It's 144 spots.
yeah, you talking about
144 spots.
you started going down in the second round, you don't have no guaranteed spot. And I think she may have been like the 22nd or the
Yeah, she was in
17th
the
pick or
second.
something. She was up
Yeah,
there
she was in the second
early on.
round.
So she, of course, she's thinking, I got a spot. That cut when you just coming off a high and then you can't even
It
make,
hurt,
what I'm saying? You can't make the team.
and I
That
get
stung. But what
because
I would
you
like to see her do is go back and hit that gym, learn from that, and then get back
yeah.
to the league. You know what I'm
You
saying?
believe
She's
in
still
your
young.
talent, and you have the talent to do it, so you can do that. And some of these veterans will retire. Some of these other people may retire for different reasons.
Hmm.
God forbid, but some people are going to get injured and not be able to play anymore. A lot of things,
A
life
lot of
happens.
things.
Life happens, so you have to be ready. But you can't
Absolutely.
go out there with a negative attitude. And I applaud her for coming back, and whoever she's working with, to say, okay, I said some things I shouldn't have said, some things, double
Yep.
down, but then came back and say, so
You know what?
that shows signs of maturity.
At
Also,
least
and
she's at
I
least
agree
shows
with,
signs that she has the right people in her corner that are
yeah,
leading her down that road. At the very
absolutely.
least.
And then there's also where you have, where you had the excuse me, where people, everybody's screaming, let's do the expansion. By all
Hmm. Hmm.
means, everybody wants to expand, but you got to have
Hmm.
money. So you just don't want to jump out there and say, okay, let's add 4 teams, right? So we can do, now that gives us 48 more players.
Yeah, we learned not
Because
to do that
if
from. Yeah,
from the big,
we know better
thank
than
you.
that from Krispy
Don't,
Kreme. Yeah, you go too fast, you might find yourself closing some stores. You feel me? We can't do
I
that.
mean, it's, yeah, and it's history. I mean, the WNBA, when the WNBA came, right? So the WNBA had a team in Orlando. They had a team in
Hmm.
Miami. I don't even
Hmm.
think they had a team in Connecticut at the time. Detroit had a team. New York had a team. Washington had a team. LA had a team. Minnesota, I think, might have had a team. Sacramento had a team. It was teams all over the place.
Hmm.
And then we started looking at the stands. Ain't nobody
Dwindling.
in the stands. It costs money.
Hey, hey, hey.
So you can't just
Echoes.
say, everybody's like, expand, expand, expand. Yes, is the money right? Are the
Hmm.
markets right? So it has to make sense. I still think there are marketing, personally, I think there are marketing challenges within the WNBA. I watched the
Hmm.
WNBA 2 years ago, and then I mean, at one point, I know it was that on the person's hoodie, but you couldn't, when Candace Parker, nobody knew if she was coming back or not. You couldn't,
Hmm.
Candace Parker said she couldn't get a Candace Parker jersey.
Lord have mercy.
And then when they came out and they had the 25 year, the class of 25, I'm just going to call them,
Hmm.
and they had
Hmm.
those special jackets made. Like, there were people online saying, how do I get a jacket? I'll pay $125, $150 for a jacket. What?
Can't get one.
WNBA, who's wearing the marketing hack? Like, I'm looking at this stuff saying, okay, you could sell
It's almost
that, you
like
could sell
they're
that,
they're
you could
shell
sell
shocked.
that.
It's almost like they're shell shocked, and they
They're
felt like
afraid
they
to
did
take,
too much. Yeah.
I don't, yeah, if it's calculated risk or what kind of risk it is or who that marketing person is. I know the the what is it? The WNBA commissioner came from the corporate world. So
Hmm.
I think she gets sports, or it's just a bit, I know it's a business.
It's a
Sports is a
business.
business. We
It's a
understand that.
business.
But you have to understand the business that you're in. So if I'm
True
in the
that.
manufacturing business, then I have to understand that. If I'm in the
Yep.
sports business, I do have to have some understanding of sports.
Of sports.
Right.
We
And how it
absolutely
works
do.
and what fans want, because that's who's making my money. And I think she's starting to get it, or maybe surrounding herself with the right
With the
people
right people.
and the teams they have. So teams are kind of like fending for themselves to build up the
Hmm.
WNBA. Like, I love going down to the, it's a hassle to get there, which is a good thing because everybody's going to the game and it's
Yeah.
packed.
Yeah. Well, I
So,
mean, and the
yeah.
fact that I can honestly say that a lot of the NBA, they really support the WNBA, and that's good. That's a great thing because they're trying to tell you. And then when you see something like what we just saw in the NCAA, and we saw that talent, and that brings so much more excitement to, hey, girls can ball. You know what I mean? Like, I can tell you right now, um, I can tell you right now what happened at the end of that Celtics game 4 wouldn't have happened because women block out. Am I one to
Aha.
gossip? Women
Basics.
block out.
Basics. Basic
Basics.
skills. But I'm gonna tell
We
you
block
something
out.
too. And I was proud of my the company that I work for. I'm gonna shout them out. GDIT. I see they're a big sponsor. Somebody sent it to me while I was at the game. They're
Oh
like,
yeah,
GDIT sponsors, the defensive player of the game. So you have big corporations, multi-billion-dollar corporations that are supporting these things, not
absolutely.
just the men. You don't just see them on the men's marquee, you're seeing them on the women's marquee. So I do say the marketing, I think, is getting better, and
Mhm.
maybe if it continues to get better, the expansion, and I know some other players, male and
Mhm.
female, are looking to help expand.
To
So
help,
it's just
absolutely.
money. Let's get it going. And I hope for people like Alexis and others younger
Mhm.
than her who had that
Well, I
dream
mean,
that they
even
can
her.
achieve that dream here in the United States.
You remember her teammate Williams? She
Hmm.
also, I think she signed in Israel or somewhere for to play overseas. She got cut as well.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
think
it was quite a
she
few.
might have.
Quite a few good players
Yeah,
that
she got
played
cut as
well
well.
in that tournament that got cut. But
Hmm.
I think because it's a good thing in a way because the women's tournament got so much publicity.
What?
But what they don't realize is that these cuts have been going on for years. It
It's
ain't like we
nothing
just
new.
all of a sudden got
It's
12 teams.
nothing new.
Right. We've had 12 teams for years. So if you go back and look at how many people really stood out and shined in
Hmm.
college and didn't play. I'm a UConn fan, right? So
Yeah.
UConn players that didn't make teams. And there were
Hmm.
some players from the Mystics that were saying, what a shame. Because they're
Hmm.
playing with these girls. They know the talent is there, but we just
They
can't
know
keep
they
them.
have enough talent to be there. It's
We just can't
unfortunate
keep
they
them
have to
because we
go
don't have a roster
overseas.
spot.
They
Yeah.
have to go overseas, but we saw what happened when you potentially go overseas. We saw that with Miss Griner. So
Yeah, so it's
I mean,
limited. Yeah, it's limited. It's limited stuff there, but
yeah,
there's still money over there. There's still
yeah,
money there. There's safe places for them to go, and there's money over there. We just
absolutely.
pray for anybody that's traveling and be smart while you're doing it.
But let me just hit you up. Who is your top five right now?
I don't
I
have
would
a
say
five. I
power rank. I know
I
you
got
say top three.
no. I got a top four. I don't know who to put in the five, and then maybe
Oh,
my four is
well,
my five. I got the Aces.
oh,
I got the
obviously
Liberty.
that's
I
4
got
and
the
0. Uh-huh.
Sun, and I got the Mystics. I don't know who my five is.
I'm gonna go with the Sky.
Okay.
There, I'm going with the Sky. Chicago
Okay.
Sky.
Now
That's 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 five for
you
me.
with my four?
Yeah, absolutely.
You agree with my four?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
have
the
their four too.
Aces just
Even
look.
though they're 2 and 2, I don't care. They still,
Yeah, I'm not
yeah,
looking at anybody's
yeah,
schedule
yeah.
right now because I
Hmm.
know some teams they had
Yeah,
teams
we had
that
the same
had to
exact
get
four.
back and stuff like that. But I the Aces and
Hmm.
nothing against Candace Parker because Candace Parker can impact you as soon as she get a game. She ain't been the crazy impact on that
No,
team.
no.
They're like they didn't miss a beat
Yeah, give them
the
a
way
minute.
that they're coming out playing, and they played. The first two games, Becky, Coach Hammond was suspended. So
I
our
know.
boy that was on the
I
show,
know. I know.
he coached the
He
first
had
game,
to
so he
coach
got a
those
W.
first couple games
And
and got them.
then
Yeah.
right, the female, she coached the second game, and they're
Yeah,
getting it done. They're getting
they
it
are
done. But I'm gonna tell you what, I'm with some of these players that have made some of these the comments about this officiating. They got to get it
trash.
together. They got to get together. I see players getting beat up.
Dude, Della, man,
Deladon
man,
never.
Della
She'll
Dunn is
make a
getting
face or two or
mugged,
throw her
dude.
hands, but she's not one of those
But
like
when she
complain. I've
comes
watched
out
her
and
get.
says, "I'm
Yeah.
tired of this," come on, man. Like I'm getting killed.
Hmm.
Like that means something. It's like this hacker shack. You know what I mean? She's like, "Look, y'all need to get this straight." And then they come back and they find her. They hit her with that money.
Well,
I'm like, "Come on."
she said, yeah, the money ain't gonna hurt her. She got about 4 pairs of shoes out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
got one of them over
I know.
there
But
too. So
still, if it
I
wasn't
got my
Della, you
Deladon.
know what I'm
But
saying? If
I'm
it wasn't
saying,
Della,
no, she said it too in her statement. I don't care if I get fined. I
she
have to
did.
say
She
it.
knew
So
she knew it was coming.
yeah, it is
She
what
knew
it
that was
is.
coming.
But I think we're
She.
gonna have an exciting season. I
Hmm.
am treating myself for my 60th birthday week.
I
I will be
know.
flying
I'll
out to
be
Las
there.
Vegas for the
I
WNBA
will be there with you, ma'am. You
All-Star
won't
game.
turn 60 without me.
That's right. And we reached out to Coach Marsh.
Hmm.
Um, and we're gonna hold it to him, hold
Yeah.
him to it. We're gonna hook up with him and maybe we'll get some behind the scenes things, but looking forward to that. So my last all-star game, believe it or not, was in Washington, DC when Lisa
Yeah.
Leslie, Nikki McCrae, and all of them were playing. Yeah.
Dude, I went to New York during and I saw Dunn Staley. It was a whole lot.
Well, Dawn was
McCray,
playing.
everybody. It was
Hmm.
everybody in this one game, and I was up in there clicking, smiling. My brother actually got me tickets to that game. It was
Oh, when he's playing for the Mets.
yeah, Spoon was there. Man, and I know Spoon from I got some homegirls from back in Louisiana Tech, Pam, Tree, Latricia. I got some people say I knew Spoon. Spoon knew me. It was one of them little moments where you like, man, I'm up in this camp.
Yeah.
Up in it.
So I'm
Yeah.
excited. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
excited to go see that. I want to see the facility. I mean,
Mhm.
I heard great
Mhm.
things about the facility. So those are some of the things growing. It was funny because her Candace Parker say after I forgot how many
Mhm.
years that she's been playing, like she has a locker and
Ever.
she doesn't have to take all her stuff home. She can leave it in a locker and come back and it's still there. So that's kind of
That's
crazy.
pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it's cool. All right, let's hit this. Let's hit this NBA. Been
Man,
all right.
you
We can
already know.
hit the Denver side first, right? So the Nuggets, right? The Nuggets
Yes.
got there beating the Timberwolves, the Suns, and the Lakers. They lost 3 games. They lost a total of 3 games. One to the Wolves,
Dude,
two to the Suns, and they swept the Lakers.
they so fresh right now. I don't even know. They ought to. They so fresh and clean right now. They can you imagine how rested they are right now? Like
I,
they
yeah,
got to be. And here's the thing: when you get down to the end like this, injuries matter. And you saw
they
what happened.
do. They
Injuries
do.
matter.
But
I'm
is
hoping
the rest?
they
Is it
not
rest
rested
and
rusty.
rusty?
That's
There
what I'm
we
saying.
go.
There we go.
Okay. Okay.
I'm hoping they not too rested and they rusty. But right now, I feel like some of them dudes on that team probably needed a break, and they probably
Mm-hmm.
coming back. Then got iced and got they done got their treatments. I think this is trouble. I mean, that's
Do
just
you?
my
So what
personal.
are you saying? That go ahead. Go ahead.
I think no, I think Denver is going to win it. And listen, and I never underestimate a hungry team because you know a hungry team will mess it up for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've seen that time and time again. But I feel like they battled so hard with the Celtics. Like they battled. They were 3 up. They could have walked out of that the same way Denver did, and instead they had to take that all away. You know, I don't know.
Well,
I
you
just
said it. Game 6 was luck. Game 6 was basic basketball not being played.
mhm,
Box out. I don't know how many
box out.
times I yelled that as a coach. Box out. You
Dude,
box out, you go home.
I
That's
wanted
done.
to trip in myself.
Yeah, that's
I want
done.
how you gonna inbound the ball and then get the damn. I mean, he
That
threw it in and then went to the
every
rack,
every Miami player, especially I think it was Vincent, Gabe Vincent, he had to be sick.
dude.
He had to be sick
My
for
dad
that to
called me
happen.
immediately. You
Yeah,
know my dad. You know my
yeah.
dad done seen a ton of women's sport. My dad called me immediately. He said, "What?" I said, "Dad, you already know." I said, "If that was women basketball, that dude never would even got near that doggone.
No.
Cause as soon as that shot went up,
We boxing
everybody would
out.
have turned
We
around
boxing
and
out
boxed
after
out."
the buzzer. And you boxing out after
Exactly.
the buzzer.
They've still been like this when
Right.
it was
The
over.
buzzer, I
The
need a
the
buzzer,
shot,
a whistle, and somebody separating me
dude,
before we
the
stop.
final shot would have been the final picture that you saw in the paper would have been a bunch of females with their back turned, looking at that go in, blocking
Yeah.
they guy. And I was just like, man, I can't believe that just happened. But I didn't understand the 2.1 up to 3. They never explained it. It was 2.1 seconds on the clock when Butler shot and then they added
They
they
must have
put the
went
3
back
on.
and looked at it because
So
I think I
but they didn't
walked out on
explain
that.
it
Yeah.
though. They didn't explain
No,
it.
they were
If
they
I'm a
were caught
Miami
up.
fan, I'm hot. I'm hot in the
Yeah,
series.
because you got extra time. No, you're right,
Yeah,
because
you
it
got
went to
extra
3.
time.
So it
You
made
ain't go
a
2.1.
whole yeah, well,
They don't get off. You don't get that shut off. I'm mad, but they never explained it, and I agree with them. I'm like I'm up in the spaces just listening to them because I'm
no, the
taking
people in the
notes.
spaces are losing it. Yeah, I can't
Ooh,
even. I
they
think I can go in
lost it.
spaces for about Twitter spaces
Ooh,
for about
I
5 minutes
don't know
because
if
you
you
ain't in there
went
with the
in
winning
the
team.
executive space
Yeah,
after they lost, but man, woo, man, I thought they was gonna put a hit out on AD.
I
I thought
just
they was gonna put a hit out on him.
yeah. I mean, I didn't see LA. So the first two, right? I didn't see the
Mhm.
Timberwolves winning. I didn't see the Suns winning.
No,
Suns
no.
won 2 games. I saw the Lakers doing better than they did.
I thought they would at least do something.
I
That
thought they would
hurt
get at
me
least
for
2 games out
LeBron.
of there, and I did not see them getting swept, but they did. I mean, it happened.
But I
Um,
think it was LeBron's like statement that hit me. And even when he said it in my mind, I went, "You're not retiring. You will try to play at least one more season. I know you got 2 before Bronny gets there. He has always stated he wants to play with his son. But what do you always tell me about what you want to do?
what you want to do, what you can do, those are 2 different things,
Two
and what you're
different
capable of
things.
doing. Well, it could be 3 things, right?
Yeah.
So,
I'm wondering if I'm wondering if he felt something like we talked about with Andrew Luck, where your body is telling you something different and it hits you and you like,
the seasons are
I
long.
don't think I can do 2 years. If
Well,
I
the
can't do
seasons are
two
long, and
years,
if
what's
you're
the point
playing
of doing one more?
right, and LeBron plays to play for the championship. He ain't playing just to play a season.
Eh, but
So
no,
you're going September, August, September, all the way through to June,
mhm,
the end of June.
mhm,
That's how he's playing. That's a
that's
lot, and you
rough.
know how much money and time he spends on his
On keeping
body
his body.
and all that other stuff. So it's like, do I want to do that or I want to let my hair down and I'm going to go watch my son play in college?
I feel as though LeBron
So I
is
don't
gonna
know. I don't
come
know.
back. I do feel like he's gonna come back because I think what's gonna happen is he's gonna go back. He's gonna sit back and be like, "I'm not going to allow my legacy to have me walk out on being swept." Like I feel like that alone, scratch even Bronny, that alone will set real sour when him once the whole anger, once the whole the adrenaline, everything dies down. He's gonna be like, hell
I
no,
think
I'm not
I
doing
mean
that.
I agree with what you're saying depending on where his mind is. I don't think that's his legacy.
No, no, it's not. No, no, but I'm saying
I
in
mean,
his
people are trying
mind,
to
he's gonna
make
be
it
like,
his yeah, people are
I'm
trying to
not
make it his
going out
legacy, but that ain't
on
his
a old
legacy.
force. Come on.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't. Even when Brady threw the interception, he's like, no, I'm coming back. They
Yeah.
ain't
I
gonna
mean,
be
that's what I
you know,
said. It all depends on what their mindset is and all that other
I
stuff.
think he'll be back. I think
I
he'll be back.
just I
Now
think
whether
his legacy is set. Whether he wins another championship or not, I think his legacy
it
is set.
like anybody that's saying it's not, it's crazy. It's about as bad as you see what's going on with Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan right now. I'm like, oh my god, it's
Don't make
that,
me.
that
Yeah, I'm not a Jordan
tomfoolery.
fan, so I'm not even gonna speak on that.
I
Let's
know
get
that's a
back to the
lot of
Denver.
tomfoolery.
So Denver, you got Denver winning. I don't.
You don't have Denver winning?
I give Denver the edge. I give them the edge. I mean, they were showing some games, Denver and Miami, earlier this year. I've got my own take on um Miami. I think they're well coached.
Hell yeah,
I
they
mean,
are.
I think they're very
I
well
think we know
coached.
that.
And I don't think if you get out there and you run, Denver ain't running with nobody. And people think that they Jokic, yeah, they're like, oh, he can bring the ball up 3, 4 times. That's it.
He look
Fast. And
he
then
slow, ain't
it's
he?
not happening. So
He bald, but
and
he slow.
I know some I've been called a hater, I've been called this, I've been called that,
Nah, nah,
whatever.
nah.
I just don't like certain players. I don't like them. I don't know what it is about them. I just don't like them. I don't know if it's his style of play or whatever.
I don't know.
He
I
chucks stuff up because I'm the same thing, same way with Luca. But
you know
they,
how I
I
feel.
give
You know how I
here's
feel
the
about
thing.
it.
Here's the thing. I don't like him, but yes, give him his props.
Oh, you
Michael
can't
Jordan
not.
never liked him, but got to give him his props.
Yeah, I really like Jordan. I'm not a
Yeah.
huge.
So
I'm
yeah,
not
I
the.
was a New York Knicks fan, so I was never
I
gonna
I
like
was
Jordan.
more
No,
Jordan,
and
less
see that's what
Kobe.
people don't
But
understand the differences between. I like Kobe more after he left playing basketball than I did
well,
when he
yeah,
played
when he
basketball.
became
But what
an
I'm saying
actual,
that takes
yeah,
nothing away from the player
what he
because
did.
what I say about him don't mean jack.
Mm-hmm.
I can dislike everybody. That don't mean that they're not a good athlete. That's just like you like a band.
Yeah,
You like
yeah,
music. I may say I don't like them. That shit, they selling tickets.
right.
You know,
I'm
that's
just
like
saying
somebody
though.
saying, if you say because they're gonna come after you, right? If you say you don't like Beyonce, the Beehive coming at you,
Oh yeah,
right? I don't
all the
know
way.
how many people don't like her, but yeah,
Yeah, they on their way.
who's gonna pay that money? Who's gonna do this? Who's gonna do that? But yeah, no, my thing is I'm just not a fan of his. But
Well, I mean, like
he's
I
getting
said,
triple.
he
You
was.
can't take nothing from him. Triple doubles, doing
That's
what
what
he
I'm
got to do.
saying. I don't know how he do it though. He looks slow as molasses to me, but
Yeah.
I
But
can't
that's
figure it out.
imagine
But
a couple
he
of
got
years ago
something
because he had
working.
lost what 25, 30 pounds.
Oh yeah, I just happened. I'm not a social media person. I messed around and flipped on their Instagram, and he had a picture of himself when he was a little boy, looking absolutely sloppy, and he just wanted to remind everybody. But I'm about to hit
Oh
these
yeah, he's put the
finals.
work in. So he's
Oh
put
yeah,
the work
yeah,
in. Can't take anything away from him. Just not a fan, not a Denver fan.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't
Well,
jump
we don't
on.
have no, we don't have no skin in the game. This is
No,
just a game.
I'm a
I'm going
even
with
when
Denver to win
even
it.
though he beat us, I'm a Jimmy Butler fan. I'm a Jimmy Butler believer.
Okay, well let's
Yeah,
get it.
I don't know what I don't know. They can't stop him. They can't stop Jokic, and they can't the Joker, whatever the hell you want to call him. I don't think they can stop Butler either. But it's who's going to stop the other players. So
But
that's what it's going
Caleb
to come
Martin
down
was the
to.
one that impressed me in this other little Caleb Martin got it in, okay? He was playing and I even Robinson, like early on, I was like, even in the game where we talk about the blockout, whatever. I was looking at Robinson. Robinson was shooting he was shooting it like he meant it. You
Yeah,
understand what I'm saying?
yeah.
He was shooting like, and a lot of people was like, "Well, Butler is he not even being aggressive." I don't know if he froze up like a pudding pop or what, or if he was just
No,
being cautious, just trying to
he
make
made a
sure he was
statement
playing the right
today.
way.
Because somebody say, hey, you got a lot
What
of
did he
role
say?
players. And he said, no, I don't have role players. I got teammates.
Oh yeah, well there it is.
So
He
he's the guy that
respect
you
the
want
squad.
to. He respects his squad, and you
He
got.
respect
I
the
don't know
squad.
what he's gonna be like if he's back. Tyler Hero has been sitting on the bench the whole playoffs.
I know. I know. I saw him talking about, I'm not playing. I'm like, I wouldn't be excited about that, Tyler.
Yeah, so
I'd be actually kind of hurt. Like, get them cameras out my face.
yeah, so
He
it's
just, I'm
it's
not playing.
yeah, it's just one of those to see it. But I just think that is a well coached
Coach,
team,
team.
and I got to see
And they play
what he's
defense.
scheming.
They play that defense, baby. We gonna see. Like I said, I'm giving Denver the
Denver,
edge,
yeah,
but I
as you
think that
should.
they're
They've been
gonna
the
come
number
out
one
there.
team, the number one record all year long.
But
Got to give them their
imagine if they
props.
pull that off, though.
If they pulled
What?
it off, a number 8 seed pulled it off.
What?
Because shit, they went
Man, they
the
pull that out. We're
they
gonna do a whole show
the
based
Bucks.
off of
I
that.
mean, Miami beat Hawks, Bucks, Knicks, and Celtics. They got a 1, 2, and a 5 in there that they beat.
Yeah, that's rough.
That's saying a lot.
Yeah,
That's
that's
saying a
rough
lot.
right there.
Yep.
Yeah, somebody
So
might be getting fired.
yep, we'll see. First game Thursday night.
Yeah.
We'll see what's going on. Um, until then, Tanisha, what you got for your closing thoughts?
I'm trying to think of what's really been kind of crazy. What's going on? I'm gonna let you have it this time because I really don't have anything that's jumped out to me kind of reckless in the sports world here lately. What you got?
I nothing in the sports world, just in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, Pride Month is coming up.
Yep.
Juneteenth is
Oh.
coming up. Days of inclusion and all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We're back in. I'm like freaked out on some stuff because I'm going back to watch. Like I want to watch To Kill a Mockingbird again. Some other thing. I watched a man the other day, and it was a white guy. He was on TV, and he said we got 2,500 books banned.
Yeah.
2,500. He said, if you don't want your kid to read a book, don't
They
get the
don't have
book.
to read it.
Like it's just that simple.
Yeah. I'll
But you
go a
want to
step.
ban them from everybody. So I just think we've gotten out of control
Mm-hmm.
with certain things, and it's like what I believe. I want to believe, right? I mean, I have, and I get to look at it because I have Noah for the summer. I
Mm-hmm.
want to
Mm-hmm.
believe things are going to get better for him.
Well, I'm gonna tell you now that you said that. I'm just gonna go on and speak my piece. I'm kind of overwhelmed because where I work and where you work, it's and I'm in Texas, so that says it all. But my thing is this, people are very opinionated about things that don't particularly pertain to them. You don't believe in gay marriage, don't marry somebody gay. You don't believe in your kids being trans, don't let your kid be transgender. There's some very simple fixes to some of these things. You know what I mean? And like
Yeah.
I'm just being. I mean, it's really simple. You don't want to drink gay Bud Light, buy the can without the transgender chick on it. Buy you some May Bud Light. You know what I'm saying? Not the June Bud Light, which I think the can was actually designed to be more of a June, a Pride can. Get
Hmm.
your Bud early. You're tripping over a lot of things that to me don't make a lot of sense to me. I don't go in there looking for gay beer, and I'm pretty sure you're not looking for straight beer. Somebody threw something up there, and then now all of a sudden I got to judge what can I'm getting. This is insane to me.
Oh, where
But
they
yeah,
tearing up Targets.
what?
People are
What?
going in and tearing everything out of Target, saying my
Dude,
kid won't wear this.
Oh,
Okay, don't buy
Target
it
done
for
lost
them.
billions
Yeah,
because
so
they
it's
got the
like,
nerve to have some rainbows.
but people,
What?
it's just as simple. If you don't like it or you don't want to do it, then
Just
you
don't
don't have to.
entertain it.
You
Yeah.
don't have to. Nobody is force feeding anybody anything, and that's the agenda that they're trying to tell people. They're forcing this
Yeah,
down people's
and I
throats or
won't listen
whatever.
to
And
it
it's
because
like,
I've never
no,
walked into Target and asked for the straight kids section. I want to see the straight shirts.
no.
Can you point
So
me to the straight sweaters? I've never seen that before. So it's a lot of ridiculousness going on, a lot of tomfoolery, in my opinion. But like I said, I'm just one voice. It's my opinion. It's your opinion, or whatever. But yeah, lighten up, folks.
yeah,
That's what
I
I gotta
just
say.
pray
Lighten up.
that it gets better. And like I
Yeah,
always say, people, please be kind and be blessed. Until
absolutely.
next time,
Peace.
peace. Thank you for tuning in to Two Gems and a Mic. Be sure to subscribe and follow. Until next time, remember, be kind, be blessed. Peace.